Today, Precarious plays Metroid Prime 2 Echoes.
They're called Emmys.
Emmys, okay. I feel less ridiculous now for getting stuck on Edie.
Yeah, forget what Emmy stands for, but whatever. Nothing like that deserves such a cute name. I think it was more frustrating because of that. And just like the frames of animation dedicated to watching yourself fail that you can't skip through.
Yeah, well, it's because the reason why you can't skip through them is because there is a very, very slight window of opportunity to parry. But, I mean, as someone that plays a lot of skill-intensive games with, really tight parrying windows, yeah, your Monster Hunters, your Dark Souls, stuff like that, they overdid it. I think that the big problem is that the window in which you can parry is not conveyed appropriately. Man, I came back all this way because I saw this in post.
Yeah.
Like, I saw that as something that could be destroyed, and I thought, I'll swing back there and I'll try to blow it up. Can't do it. I think that I can't remember if that's the material that's destroyed by super missiles or the one that's destroyed by power bombs. But sorry for the digression. Gonna get back on task now.
I have a bit of a story time for you.
Hit me with the story time, because it's gonna be a bit of a trek, because I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to Luminoth Man. And I think that he's going to give us a new language module, and that will let us go to the next major area.
So you know how I like knowing science and learning science, but I am not a scientist?
Yeah.
So I don't know if we've talked about it on the show before, but I have begun a quest because it's been a little bit since I was in any type of classroom situation with science.
This is a sad story. I don't know why you wanted to
Is it a sad story?
I think it's a sad story. Yeah, well, keep going. Maybe not.
It's a frustrating story. I don't know. No dogs die in this or anything.
The metaphorical dog of knowledge dies.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I'll find a way out. Anyways, so you don't know my life. I have been trying to figure out how to be a grown-up that learns things, because life is more interesting that way, and they don't just stop figuring out shit once you leave school, And especially in science, by God, science is constantly happening and advancing at a ridiculous pace because there's just so much to know.
It's a metaphor for science.
Yes, it's going.
A jet-powered elevator.
A jet-powered elevator to who knows where and possibly danger, yes. Terrifying jet-powered elevator. But it's interesting. I like finding out more about the world. Kind of like how I like making art and talking to interesting people and playing interesting games. It's all about more experience for this character I've been building my whole life. Anyway, I thought to myself, well, perhaps I could just go through a homeschool curriculum for like a senior in high school, or like an AP studies coursework, something. I mean, education is so heavily regulated that it's pretty easy to figure out who's reading what and at what pace. So I found a reputable science textbook, the latest edition of it, and it's supposed to be for like AP high school or first year bachelor's degree type stuff, which I feel like is pretty fairly where I would like to begin. I like to think that I can read scientific papers, but there's a lot of jargon that I've lost over time, and often when I open up like an actual scientific journal to read, it makes me go, oh, grow up and use normal words. You know, like, I'm like, would you like people to understand what you have to say?
Well, no, that's not the point.
I know it's not. Like, the point is publication, right? The point is being extremely specific in a very specific way that a bunch of old farts decided a long time ago, and that's what we're doing, and then we're going to, that leaves an entire industry for translators, right?
Yeah.
Fine.
And it's not just that. It creates, it elevates self-worth at the expense of the other.
Yeah. I hate systems like that anyways. But fine.
It's
fucking fine.
It's what I call the nyana nyana approach.
I know. Nyana nyana. I got the big pants and the big brain.
Nyana nyana. I know. I can read the science book. You need me to help you.
Yeah.
$50, please.
No, it's much more than $50. Oh yeah, so that's the end of the story that I think that you're thinking is sad, but I'm seeing as merely a challenge to my ability to pirate things.
Oh.
You're like, it's so sad. I'm like, oh, watch me find one of these for free in a dumpster. Watch me punch a 12th grader and steal their books back. Like, my first ever fist fight and theft would be to get more science.
They'll replace it. They'll get a new one. I need this more than they do.
Oh my gosh. But retail price for the edition of the textbook that I want, because there's no point if I'm not getting the most recent one, because I want to see it with all the new things. The one from when I graduated can now be purchased for, I think, a used copy at thrift books is like $8. So it's more expensive to ship than to purchase. But the newest one that's out officially, like, I'm pretty sure that the ebook was $80. The ebook, the not physical book.
Yeah,
and
that is...
That hurts.
Criminal.
That hurts, man. Like, that's not all right. That's not how you make sure your populace is educated. By design, possibly. But yeah, so that was... I was not expecting much better, but I was hoping. I was like, surely we figured out how to get textbooks for free by now and still pay the people who make them. You know, like, I want to be clear that it is hard to do the science and it is difficult to edit books, and yes, the people that make the things need to get paid for the stuff.
No, listen. That part of it very obviously pays for itself in other ways, you know? It's like... Just, let's imagine, I don't know, a scenario where, so, one person is going to be most responsible for the real-life application of those holographic displays that you see in movies, in sci-fi movies all the time, right? One person is going to lead the charge and be responsible for that.
For that information.
Yeah, and we don't know who it is yet. And they're going to find a way to make them more practical than they've ever appeared to be in films, because it's like, what? A slightly see-through screen doesn't seem very helpful. So they're going to solve that problem. And it's just going to be like, there was an empty space here, and now there is a highly usable screen that occupies that space instead. Boom. We did it. Right? The amount of jobs, right? Always the jobs that are going to be created or enhanced by that new technology will justify that person being, whoever that person is, that individual having access to cheap quality education.
Yes. This is agreed. However, I haven't even told you the worst part yet.
What the shit, man? Are you being serious?
I am being serious because I looked up the price for the hardcover. We're done with the show and Earth. It was less than $500.
You're gonna make me throw up. Here it comes.
No.
Give me the price. Give me the price.
No, I'm not.
Give it to me.
You can't puke.
It's a purge. I'm doing it's deliberate now.
It was about $280. I mean, maybe I'll be able to sell a kidney after I get it.
You want me to teach you how to remove a kidney
exactly.
to sell it?
Deinstall one kidney is in chapter 1.
Hello, thank you for buying science. We think that you'll probably be struggling with how to pay for science. So here's step 1.
Of removing donatable tissue.